What's going on, people, and welcome back to Horror Corner 90. Hope you all had a good Christmas. It's been a while since I've done a review on here, but yesterday I finally got around to watching Split from 2016, which a friend of mine recommended to me around the time it came out, or not long after. And for whatever reason, I just never got round to it. Kind of like a psychotic guy with a split personality disorder. I can't even remember how many different ones he's got. Like, it's at least 5, if not more. It's played by the British actor James McAvoy, who I'm a big fan of and someone that's growing on me the more I see of him. He's also in the new Speak No Evil, which I want to check out at some point. But he plays the villain in this. He's kind of like going through therapy and trying to change and struggling with it. Right from the get-go, the opening scene in this film I thought was very disturbing, but very well executed, and kind of you feel like you could probably relate to it because it seems quite realistic how they go about it. So big fan of the opening scene and just how quick it gets into the action, and it's quite disturbing. James McAvoy as the guy, he's cool. He's got many names in the film, but he goes by the name of Dennis. But there's tons of different characters he plays. He plays the villain and the kind of craziness of him just to a T. Like, nailed it. It's being childlike, being a woman, or just being like a lunatic. Like, he nails every character he goes into. It's very disturbing. For a more modern film as well, I think they really smashed it out the park, because this feels like it should have been made like in the 70s or something. Like, how well and good of a job he did in it, I think. You don't get a lot of horrors up to this sort of level of scratch, and how well they executed it, in my opinion, in modern day. So props to that. I don't know how you pronounce the name, but the producer is a guy I've heard of before, called something like Night Shyamalan or Shyamalan. Not sure how you pronounce it, but shout out to the producer, because I really enjoyed this film. There's disturbing flashback scenes in it. The main girl in it is like the main victim. She is going through some sort of disturbing sort of... She's a bit of an outcast, and like she's an outcast in the film, and doesn't really fit in with people, and you kind of wonder why. She's like very introverted and stuff, and then it kind of gets revealed throughout the film with like flashback scenes and of like past trauma or through childhood, which I thought was really disturbing and creepy, but subtle as well. They don't like go fully graphic with it, but they do enough to suggest and hint at stuff that's very disturbing and explains why she's got so many issues. So I thought that they nailed that as well. I thought it was a good reveal near the end, in terms of the killer and kind of explaining his past traumas and why he's like he is. But I feel like this one has a lot of deeper messages and meanings in it, with like sort of sacrifice, the main guy like eating his victims and stuff and getting power from that, which goes into a lot of stuff that people say that goes on in reality and dark web and things like that. So I think it's got a lot of different things going on in this film that are quite subtle, but if you know about it and catch it, like, it's very well executed, and I feel like they sprinkle this film with a lot of it. So it's very unsettling because of that, but just makes it a better film. And as I said, this one plays a lot on past traumas, especially in childhood, which I think is one of the most horrific things, because I think most people can relate to that in real life as well. A lot of the issues people have as adults are from things that happen in their childhood and traumas. And I just think that the producer nailed that in this film. And like I said, there's a lot throughout it where there's like someone to say something, or there's flashbacks, and there's subtleness in it, and like, it's just brilliant. I got recommended this about 7 or 8 years ago, and it sounded good, and I saw the trailer for it nearer the time, I think, as well, back in the day. And like I said, I just kind of just never got around to it, and I finally just watched it yesterday as it was on Netflix, and I was blown away by it. Letterboxd rating, I'm giving it full marks, 5 out of 5. I feel like this could hold its own in any era. As you'll see from these reviews, I'm very picky with films and how they execute in terms of what I'm going to give them for their ratings, and I think more often than not you're not going to get, especially full marks, but even probably 4 out of 5s, because I am very picky and it takes quite a lot to please me and keep me captivated in films. And this one smashed it out the park, pleasantly surprised by it. I know this kind of links in with other films, like I think it's called Glass. It's got a reveal at the end which kind of suggests that as well, which I want to check out at some point as well. I'm not sure the order you're meant to watch them in, but I've watched Split first. Fantastic film, full marks, 5 out of 5 letterbox rating. James McAvoy is a hell of an actor. I've seen him in a few things now, and I think he really deserves his flowers. Split from 2016, unbelievable, I think. I love this, and I'll definitely watch it at some point again. Definitely recommend it. Hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll be back soon with another review. Leave your suggestions in the comments as well, and don't forget to subscribe, click a thumbs up. I'll see you soon.